Why do no animals have an odd number of legs? Most animals have symmetry, a quirk of how growing multicellular organisms work. Bilateral symmetry is better for fast-moving animals than radial, star-shaped symmetry. So for every leg an animal has on its left, it has exactly one corresponding leg on its right. My three-legged dog is offended. Kangaroos use their tail for balance, could be loosely considered a third leg. Snails have one foot. Animals have two sides that need balance. A clam only has one foot. Starfish? Symmetry is helpful for movement, and placing a leg right in the middle would be bad for balance, because that would be odd. Usually embryonary development consists of both splitting in two and mirroring structures. There are other ways to do it, but if you consider mammals have common ancestors, it makes sense that some basic development mechanisms are repeated throughout, especially if they prove effective and decrease the likelihood of mistakes, deformity. Well, if you look outside vertebrates, plenty have more than four. All vertebrates on land are descended from a single common ancestor, a four-legged animal that probably looks something like a salamander. As the descendants of those animals diversified, so did their limbs. In some cases, the front pair of legs evolved to become wings or arms. Snails have a singular foot. What are you smoking, my guy? Starfish have 5 legs. What advantages would having 3 legs have out in the wild? Probably none. So the ones that did have 3 legs died off and the 2 4/8-legged animals survived. There is no evolutionary advantage to having an odd number of legs. There is an advantage to bilateral symmetry though. They used to a long time ago. Bilateral symmetry seems to have enough of an advantage over other body plans to have more or less become the only body plan left. Though the specifics on what those advantages are is not an answer I know off the top of my head. I'm not a scientist or biologist, but if an animal had one less leg on one side, would it not just walk around in a circle? Starfish, but apparently they're not limbs. Starfish are just one giant head. When our common fish ancestors got to the ground and eventually separated into different species, they had 4 limbs, and all their current descendants do as well because it works just fine, and changing your number of limbs costs too many evolution points.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.